Well, Dub Dynasty started with me and my auntie Christine from Alpha and Omega experimenting with a few ideas. At that stage I was already making music, various types of music. I was involved with dubstep and a lot of experimentation at that time. And then we started making some dub together, and naturally my dad was involved as well. And it kind of emerged naturally from there in a kind of very organic way. It just unfolded in a very easy way. We never really had any trouble working together, from my perspective anyway. Yeah.
I used to live in a cottage in the country in Devon, and it was like totally isolated, so it was a really good place to blast out some music. So Ben used to come around, and we used to just had a little setup there. We used to bring your laptop. Jonah was upstairs doing his own music.
Yeah.
Dub Uncle.
Yeah, so we had 2 floors in this place, cottage. First floor was Christine.
I only had 2 rooms.
2 rooms, so first floor was Christine's studio, the second floor Jonah's studio, and then you had a kitchen and bathroom. That's it. The countryside, cows, sheep.
It's very nice, right near Dartmoor. It's a beautiful place. So yeah, and then we just started making tunes. We didn't actually sort of set out to do anything. We didn't have any plan or anything. We just thought, yeah, this is could work. And then we just carried on, and then we released. What was it? The first release?
Unrelenting Force. The album, Unrelenting Force. Yeah.
Oh, we had a 7 or 10 inch first.
Oh yeah, we did. No, we released 9 years in Ireland with Cian Finn, the Moonshine Steppers collaborative release. But yeah, that's how it started. Very, very simple. Like I say, just a natural process, and deeply inspired by, I think, our bond together as a family bond, but something a bit more than that. And also the setting in which we were, Christine was living, in which I grew up, very green and a lot of nature, but a lot of kind of emptiness, because it's a moorland, so there's not much there. There's not much that grows there, so there's a lot of space, and I think that space kind of filtered into our inspiration and helped us with the music. The way I see it, that's where the music comes from the space. Wow. That's not a simple question. No, that's not simple. To define it, to tell you the truth, I don't like to really define anything, because nothing is definitive, nothing, to me, nothing really has a finite structure or form, Our music is dub, it is sound system music, but it's conscious sound system music, so it's music that you can go out and you can party to, and you can enjoy yourself and have a good time. But I think you can dig a bit deeper. I like to think that you can dig a bit deeper into the music, and you can find a deeper place for meditation or for spiritual reflection.
Well, I think Ben, originally you met Tinny over in Ireland, because he lives in Ireland, and we did a couple of tracks with Dub Dynasty, didn't we? With Black Rose and Monsoon Come. But I just love his style. I mean, he's very intelligent, very knowledgeable, very creative, original sort of person. I love the way he expresses himself. It's just poetry to me. That's why with the album we printed a booklet of the lyrics as well, because they're very important. So yeah, I mean, we were just inspired. Me and John, we kind of got back into doing music, and yeah, we just made a link with him, and just through admiration, really, just admiring his where he's coming from and the power within him. You know, it's quite. You don't meet many people like Mastini, so it was had to be done. I mean, I think it's looking very good. You know, I mean, you know, it's a message music, and that message needs to be carried forward. I think there is a slight danger of it becoming a bit diluted, because for me it's about, you know, the roots and knowing your roots and knowing where you're from, finding that within yourself. But it's, you know, it's a black music though, and that's very important. It has to be. That is where it's come from. That's what it's about. And if that's filtered out somehow, then, you know, it's not really roots or dub music. It's kind of rave, but yeah, I mean, I see a lot of positive. I love French dub, and I think what's happening in France is amazing, absolutely incredible. You know, a French have always seemed to, even with Alpha and Omega, you've always seemed to have got it. You always seem to have been like, yes, we understand this. So yeah, and it's lovely to be here. I mean, there's a few years we didn't really have much contact with France, but, you know, more recently, it's lovely to come back.
Well, there's a lot happening. Yeah, we've got a lot of projects on the way. So in December we have a project with the Brazilian crew High Public Sound. That's coming out on 12-inch, and I'll be going to Brazil for a little tour to launch the release. And then as of next year there's a ton of stuff, so I'm just finishing up now the second Alpha Steppa album, which I feel quite excited about at the moment, at this stage, yeah. And we're working on the fourth Dub Dynasty album, and the fifth, in fact. So we've got a few projects. I have another mini album with a secret singer, which I'll let you know about later. And then I got my trigram stuff as well, which is the deeper and the darker side of Steppa's. So that's going to continue to move forward as well. I've also got a jazz single coming in January, which is it's dub music, but it's played entirely by a jazz band. Name is Akiti Ray, so that's quite a unique single, and there'll be an Alpha and Omega remix as well. Yeah, stay tuned. www.steppas.com. Big respect to the French scene, to you guys at Culture Dub for what you're doing. Me personally, I'm truly inspired by what's happening in France, you know? I think things are going in a huge kind of circle at the moment, and France is inspiring the whole of Europe and the whole of the world. So big respect to the French massive. Merci beaucoup.